Hey, what's up everybody? How are you guys? Hope you're doing well. I am starting a journaling spreadsheet. So fun, I know. But it's something that has helped me before. Journaling in general. I've never used a spreadsheet before, but I used to journal in a little notebook, and just the idea of keeping track of things has helped me feel better. And I got away from it for quite a while because I was feeling better for a little while there, and now I'm not feeling so good. So I think I need to get back to the basics, and that's what Wellness Country is all about. So I want to start doing this every single day, and I don't want to sit here and worry about editing videos and making it like a big old thing. Like, this is going to be the first one, so I want to walk through a few different things, but I want to do this every day. And if I can't take a video that day, next time I do, I'll just run through what my last few entries were, and just kind of how I'm feeling. And, this is my journal, so don't feel like, this is a big, this is something that people can join in if you'd like, and experience this with me, and do it with me. Also, if you journal, if you have some tips for me, if you have, some ideas or whatever that can help the channel, or can help anything that I'm doing, or you have questions, or I can help you, that's what this is about. So, this will be on YouTube, and I think on my website as well, on wellnesscountry.org. And that's my goal, is to kind of have it always there, and so I can keep track of it. And when I used to journal in this little notebook, it was cool. I mean, it was fun. Just right before bed, it was a nice way to just reflect on the day, not look at a screen, and just write a few things down. And I used to write. It was such a small notebook that had little code symbols and stuff. And I might talk about that more too, but I think this is a better way because I'll be able to track it better. I used to have a functional medicine doctor, and he would look at my book every week and kind of flip through it, but how well can you really track it just by flipping through it for a couple minutes? This is going to be a lot better. I can make a graph and like show, hey, I was feeling, I was eating well for a week and I felt better for the next week, and obviously that correlates or whatever. So eat better, like there's little ways that I can hopefully learn from it. And just the idea of tracking and journaling is, I think, a great way to just help you feel better, just that you're doing something, that you're taking steps. And I'm doing this because I have a condition that the doctors can't help me with, it seems, and I'm kind of on my own. So, what am I doing if I'm not tracking it, right? So, so it helps me feel better, just the fact that I'm doing something, and taking those little steps, and doing the basics, and making sure the fundamentals are where they need to be, is kind of the core essence of Wellness Country. It's why I'm doing this, because doctors couldn't help me, so I had to figure it out, and I can't just like be throwing darts at a dartboard forever, like trying this pill and that pill, and going to the doctor and being like, all right, what pill you got for me this time? And trying that for a few months. And, by the time I'm 80 years old, maybe I'll figure something out. No, I think making sure that, that my diet is on point, and exercise, and obviously Wellness Country focuses on 4 different things. Maybe not obviously, right? Maybe this is the first time you're hearing this, but fitness, nutrition, mind, and medicine. I think those are the 4 main elements that we can control. And if we're in control of those, then we are doing what we can. That's the foundation. And then in addition to that, Maybe there's other things, but that covers a lot of it. I mean, yeah. So anyway, we'll get started on this, and I'll go further into detail if you guys want. Like I said, I would love if you guys do this with me and, comment or get in touch with me somehow. You can message me wherever. My name is Ben Hick, and I'm on every social media. I think you can message me anywhere. The internet's pretty easy these days. Just reach out, and I would love to hear from you. Any tips, any questions, whatever. This is all about doing this together if I can. That's ideally what I love, is to share our journeys. But this is really just my journal, and maybe it stays that way. Maybe nobody wants to hear it. I don't know, but I would love to hear about what's going on with yours as well, because this is catered to me and what I'm going through. Okay, so let's dive in. So. And I'm going to do this last thing. I'm going to do this every day, and it's not going to be a long video, but right now I'm running through a few things. Okay. Above and below the line. Okay. And this is my first day doing it. Above and below the line means, for me, my every day is kind of a roller coaster with my headaches, and it's not really a headache condition, but I call it that because it's very easy. To people, everybody gets it. It's headaches, right? Everybody can understand that. So I just call it headaches, so I don't have to open a can of worms. And so I'll talk about that later if I need to. But so it's kind of a roller coaster. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And then sometimes it goes below this line, right? And I used to call it like a sinkhole or a storm, right? Where all of a sudden I just can't get enjoyment out of anything. Like, my chemicals in my brain literally are not working when I go below the line. And things that should be making me feel good are actually making my brain crash. So it's like this counterintuitive effect. Like, anything that you try that would be good usually is bad. It's like the world just flips a switch and all the good becomes bad. If you ever watch Harry Potter, it's like the Dementors, right? It's like the Dementors kiss, and it sucks the joy and everything good out of the world. So it's kind of like that, right? And that happens for me. It used to happen every so often, and then over the years, it's happened more and more and more. And for a while, I was doing pretty good, but this year's been tough. I was below the line for months, and it's almost just like having a migraine that lasts for months. Okay. So when I'm below the line, that means I don't feel very good. I'm still on that roller coaster, and I can still feel good and bad, but I am overall not good. Okay. So I clarify that with a red. I just put the background as red. And if I'm feeling good, I'll put the background as green. So pretty simple there, but so that's a good little barometer right off the bat. Overall score, I gave myself a 5 today. I woke up this morning, I was not feeling very good, and I was feeling actually really bad. I used to go to the ER when I felt like that, but it's happened so many times, I kind of get it now. It's like, it's normal, and I know I'm pretty much going to be okay. It's just, it's not a good feeling. I woke up feeling like that, and then my headache was just peaking, and then it got better throughout the day, and I'll talk about that later. But so overall, a 5. 10 is the best there. A headache score 1 to 10. 10 is the worst in this case. I'm going to give myself a 6. Yeah, the headache could be worse, but yeah, it's pretty up there. The sleep score. So I always want to keep track of sleep, and you can add columns for whatever you want to track. But I think if you have headaches that you're trying to figure out, whatever that main thing that's bothering you is, you'll want to track that. You'll want to have an overall score, and you want to have a sleep score for sure. And I'm doing a sleep score because hours doesn't tell the whole story, right? You might have gotten 8 hours total, but it was choppy all night. You never got a good deep sleep. So I'm going to do a score of 1 to 10. And for me, a 10 is going to be perfect 8 hours, because 8 hours is like it's perfect for me. So if I have a perfect night's sleep, I'll just sleep, wake up with no alarm, like right at 8 hours, and just be like ready to go when I wake up. Okay. Today I gave myself I couldn't figure out if it was a 6 or 7 before, so I'm going to say 6.5. Let's get crazy with it and have half points, right? Let's have fun with this. Diet score. Now with that, I kind of started at 10, and then I take things away for like things that I, when when I know I'm not eating right. If I eat out, I pretty much take off 1 no matter what if I eat out, unless it's like I know every ingredient in that food, I know what I'm eating, and it's like a home cooked meal pretty much. But today I ate out once, and I also I had like this granola thing that was some added sugar in it, and I was not going to have added sugar today, so I took off a point for that too. And then calories, I really need to get a calorie tracker. I need to start being better about that. But for now, I mean, I'm just going to estimate when I can. And my baseline is almost like 3,000 calories. And I need to recheck my baseline. But right now, I'm estimating about 1,800, which is terrible because I'm trying to gain weight too. So, yeah, not good there. Flasher. This is something I used to put in my little notebook as a code. I'd put a little lightning bolt if I had one. It's almost like a little migraine signal. It's just a little flashing light that I would get. It was just like a little light goes through my vision, and then that was if you didn't get that. And sometimes it just makes me feel weird or gives me a headache afterwards. It always throws me off. It's like you're riding your bike and a little rock gets thrown out and you got to swerve around it, or you hit the rock and you crash, or whatever happens. But it was just one of those little bumps in the road that I used to want to track, and I still do, because I think it correlates somehow, some way, somehow. But maybe down the road I'll figure that out. Today I did not have that. BM, we're talking bowel movement. All right. Did I have a bowel movement today? No. That's one of my issues. My condition involves my serotonin system, and serotonin plays a big role in digestion. So I definitely track that. I would say everybody should track the BMs. All right. When every like alternative medicine person, like specialist that I've been to, has asked me about that. Acupuncturists, chiropractors, functional medicine doctors, they all put a lot of importance on, hey, how are you pooping, right? It's a big question. So then I'm even giving myself a score, all right? There was like an Oprah show back in the day all about poop, right? And it was like, you want to poop like this, not like this. You want it to look like this, whatever. So we don't need to get super deep into that, but how good was it, right? So I didn't have one, so 0. All right. Don't need to be too intense there, but I think it's something worth tracking. Notes. Anything that you just want to remember, like, hey, that was the day when I went on a hike or whatever. Oh yeah, just so you like remember that day is, I think, a good thing for notes. This I'll just put first day journaling. Yay. And then I was going to put something else. Oh yeah, I'll get into that in a second. So then video topics. As I do these, there might be things that come up that I really want to talk about, and I may want to refer back to in this video. So I'll just put those first, and then I'll go through my journal in my video, and that'll usually be it. It might just be a couple minutes, few minutes, I don't know. Maybe there's more that you guys want to talk about. Whatever happens, I'm all good with it. But right now, fitness, nutrition. I should have written mind and medicine too. Wellness Country has 4 categories really. It's fitness, nutrition, mind, and medicine, right? And today I really tried to incorporate those. So yesterday I woke up feeling terrible, and I I woke up super early too. It was the first day in a long time that I didn't sleep well. And I got mad at it. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to the gym. And I was like, I'm going to fight my way through this. And it helped for a little while. And then I crashed throughout the day. So today I kind of had that same thing, but then I went back to sleep. And I woke up. I got up at like 8:30. I just like, because usually I get up at like 7. But I was waking up at like 5 and then like not really getting back to sleep, but like trying to get enough out of it. And I had to stay in bed till like 8:30 just to like make that happen. So I wouldn't feel like crap throughout the day, because if I don't sleep enough, I'm going to feel like crap. And that just sets off my headaches. So today, after getting up, I felt horrible, and my head was like, it was like dizzy and just all over the place. And so I just kind of collected myself, tried to meditate for a minute, prayed, did my usual thing. But then I said, I'm going to do no phone today. Today I'm going to have a no phone day. And so I did, I got in the shower. I usually have like a podcast going all the time, or whatever. I'll put like YouTube videos on in the background. This time I just left my phone, and I wasn't going to ignore people's calls or messages. I wasn't going back to the Stone Age, but I definitely wanted to keep myself away from things that could just raise my excitement and my anxiety, hearing about politics and bad news, stuff like that. It's like, I just didn't want it. I was like, I need to really just get back to internal, just looking inside, looking inward, right? I'm trying to think of mindfulness terminology, going inward. So I started with that, helped a little bit. I did a cold shower and kind of tried to I was like, I'm going to do everything perfect. I was like, all right, I'm going to eat perfect today and just see if it helps. I was like, what do I have to lose? I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. And I feel like absolute shit, right? So that's what I did. I went to school, I made it through class, and I started to kind of feel a little bit better. And then came home and I had a snack with some carbs and some sugar. It was like a rice cake with a little bit has like 2 grams of added sugar, right? And so it was some carbs, and then I had some oat milk with it. So I was carbing up a little, and then I went to the gym. And I also had one of those nitric oxide pills to get the blood flowing. And I felt a lot better, just like I did yesterday at the gym. But then I was like, all right, today I don't want to crash, so I'm going to eat right away. So that's when I went and ate out. And I ate out at a Mexican place. It was like a bowl, had some rice, had some chicken, had extra chicken, and just tried to eat right away. And something that would sustain me, rather than having just some fruit right after the gym, or something that was going to give me like a carb crash that could set off my headache. I was trying to ride the wave a little bit better. And it seemed to work. And obviously I'm doing the no phone thing throughout the day. And then I was feeling better for like hours after that. And that's kind of where I'm at now. And now it's like 10:30, which is super late. I need to get to bed, but I was pretty excited about doing this journal. And I played on my phone a little bit. I did, but I think I set a good foundation for the day. And so I wanted to put that into the notes a little bit, that I went no phone and had a meal directly after the gym. Seemed to help a lot. Okay. And I'm going to kind of leave it there. I'll just let it go off into the abyss there. Yeah. So I think, ideally, I'd always like to have a meal right after the gym, but I'm just like busy and it doesn't always go that way. And I'm putting a lot of things, my priorities are kind of out of whack. And I think we all get that way at times, and we just have to like get back to our roots, get back to our foundation, get back to what we know works. And so I'm trying to collect all my ammunition. I wrote an article. There's an article on wellnesscountry.org about the ammunition method. And that's how I quit smoking cigarettes. And I think it's just a good way to approach a lot of problems that you're nervous about. And it's just basically getting all the ammunition you can possibly gather. When people quit smoking, they might try the patch, or they might try the gum, or they might try, hypnosis, whatever it is. Try it all. Why not get all the ammunition? Get all of it together all at once and do it everything. Like unload on this beast, you know what I mean? Just let it loose. Do everything you possibly can all at once. Why not? Why would you only do one little thing? Why would you bring a little gun to a war? Bring all the ammunition you can get. Bring tanks, bring rocket launchers, bring everything you can do. That's the ammunition method. So this journal, one piece of ammunition, right? My diet ammunition. It's all these little things, but it's like the little things too. It's the little bullets throughout the day that you need as well. Fitness, nutrition, mind, and medicine. Those are the categories. But there's a lot of little things that go into everything, obviously. So, yeah. Anyway, so that kind of covers what I want to talk about. And, I swear, like sometimes I've said, like going to the gym will solve a lot of your problems. And that's true in some cases. It's an overgeneralization. But if you get really, really good at going to the gym regularly, it helps a lot of areas of your life that you might not be aware of if you're not a person that's done that before. But if you have, you're probably aware that it helps your mental awareness. It can help headaches. A lot of people think the gym is a great treatment for a migraine if you have a migraine. And I don't deny that at all. So, but you gotta be smart about it too. I mean, this is all about foundation, right? That's what Wellness Country is about. It's about getting back to the basics, setting that foundation, and rebuilding when you need to. Going back to that foundation. Maybe you went off on a bad course for a while. That's all right. Bring it back. And that's hopefully what this journal is going to do for me. Not just the journal. I'm doing other things too, and maybe I'll be talking about that as well. But I just wanted this to be kind of the first video that you can refer back to if you're unsure about what I'm doing in one of these videos or whatever, and to introduce a lot of different things. I want to talk more about my condition that affects my serotonin system. It has a lot to do with stupid things I did back in the day, but I'll talk about that all whenever. And maybe this will just be for me. Maybe I'm the only one that watches these, but if you guys want to join in, please do. And if you just watch, that's fine, but I'd love to hear from you as well. Whatever you're going through, that's what Wellness Country's for. I mean, it's fun to like make videos and like put the videos out there and like have a website that I can just store these videos on and track my progress with. And that's cool. That's perfect. That's what I need. But I made wellnesscountry.org so that I can connect with people and help other people. So, there's so many people in my life that have so many different things that they're dealing with. And, I think there is a path that unites all of our problems a little bit. And, I think that path is basically making sure your fitness, your nutrition, your mindfulness, and, like your mind state, your mindset, and your medicine are all on point. And if you do those 4 things, which there's a lot that goes into each one, But if you do those 4 things, you'll feel good and get the most fulfillment that you possibly can out of your life. Everybody has different cards dealt to them, but if you want to get the most out of the most fulfillment out of your life, then it's good to make sure that those 4 things are on track. And the rest of life is up to you, But what do we have without our health? So that's my rant. That's my spiel. I'm really glad you're, whoever you are, you're watching this, and I hope to talk to you soon. And the video topics, I did cover those, and I went over, I think I did everything. So, all right, feel good. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow.